So, guys, ForgeRock is an organization which is working in the IAM domain, and it is having a core 4 products in ForgeRock. So, those core products are the building blocks for this ForgeRock organization. So now they are also added few more products as well, and they also move to cloud as well. But still more people, as recently they moved to cloud as well. So, but recently still people are more interested in the on-prem solution. So, but those are the same whether you are on cloud or you are on-prem. So first product of this organization is OpenIDM. So here you can see, guys, there are the two names are there. One is on the left side of the arrow, one is on the right side of the arrow. So initially this organization started in around 2011. So, and these products are comes from the Sun Microsystem. So initially, like few of the products out of these, few of the products are developed at the time of the Sun developed these products. So later when Sun is acquired by Oracle, so the people who are working on these products, so those are the open source, so they form a new organization called ForgeRock, and after it they start developing the product. So initially they develop the product as a open source product. So the name which is on the right hand side, left hand side is, we start with open. So open IDM is for the identity and access management product. So but later in 2016 this ForgeRock organization changed their license policy, and they convert their open source products into the closed source product. Now they are releasing their commercial products only. There is no more open source, but still you can download the earlier releases of the open source version that is earlier than 2016. Okay, and those are not upgraded. The community versions are not upgraded with the new features. So now they are releasing only the commercial products. So OpenIDM is for identity management. OpenAM is converts to name. So they also change the name of the product as well. So OpenAM is changed to AM Access Manager. OpenDJ, that is used for the LDAP directory services, so that is changed as a DS directory server. OpenIG is a identity gateway, that is called a high performance reverse proxy server, and then that is used as a identity gateway, and they change it with the name OpenIG to IG. Now the current version of all these products are the 6.5 something, and they also recently released the new version that is called version 7. So all these products are also coming in the 6.5 and 7 as well. Right, so they recently released the new version 7 as well, but still organizations are on the 6.5. So these are the product, guys. So I think you
you're
Yes,
audible.
Praveen.
Okay. So these are the 3 pillars of the IAM, under which you can see we have a repository system. So for repository in ForgeRock we have IDM. For access management we have a AM access management. For storage repository we have a OpenDJ. Provisioning we have a IDM here. Okay, and you can integrate lots of different applications, and you can also integrate your custom applications as well with the help of the REST API. So all these products are also expose their services on REST API as well.
Generally, I have one question. So generally, we will be having like LDAP, like our own ADIDs. So if we have to make use of the user accounts in the ADID, is there any mechanism you guys have already come across, or like is it something which has to be discovered?
No, so ADID, so like the OpenDJ is used for the user store. So OpenAM is access manager management product. So it is having a dependency for storing the policies into OpenDJ only. But for the user store, like you say, you have a Active Directory. Normally, every organization have an Active Directory where they store their users, right? So you can also use the Active Directory for storing the users, and you can connect the Active Directory with the access management as well, and with the Open IDM as well.
Okay.
So they are giving, they have a inbuilt connector is there, and configuration is there. From there you can configure your identity management, Active Directory with the access management and with your IDM.
Okay.
Okay, so when you deploy the full suite of the ForgeRock, so here you have OpenIDM, which is getting the users from the HR database or from others provisioning sources, and it also provision the users based on your policies to the underlying system, whether they are the Linux system, Windows system, Exchange Server, Active Directory, LDAP, or databases. And it also provision to OpenDJ as well. And OpenDJ is used with OpenAM to fetch the user store. So OpenAM also needs one more thing that is called policy store that is not present here, but it is there behind the scenes. And this is application, and application is integrated with the access management to protect the application, and policies are defined here. Okay, and for protecting the applications, we have a web agents in access management. So you need to configure the web agent and integrate the web agent with the access management to protect your sites. Right. So common use cases for the IDM is provisioning users, deprovisioning, compliance and auditing, password management. So you can do lots of stuff with the user with the IDM. So all the user life cycles you can manage with the help of the IDM. This is a full grown IDM product, like coming from other organizations as well. So provisioning dependent on a user business role and predefined rule. A new user will get accounts on backend systems on create, get default group, role membership. Therefore, a central instance is needed which connects to all relevant systems. Is able to sync the user attributes and memberships, can automatically apply rules. Manager approving persons and end user need well-defined access to the user data. Right. So central provisioning point. So OpenIDM, you can use OpenIDM as a central provisioning point from where you can provision the different identities at different data stores. Any questions, guys?
One question. You have mentioned like there is a policy store, right? Could you explain more about that? About policy store other than OpenAM?
Yeah. So policy store. So policy store. So when we install the OpenAM, OpenAM is used for protecting the resources. And for protecting the resources, you have to define the rules. And rules are the policies. So those rules are going to be saved somewhere. OpenAM does not have any database system or storage where OpenAM can store the rules. So it needs a separate LDAP server where OpenAM can store the rules and fetch it whenever it is required. So OpenAM is a separate. So OpenDJ gives the facility for creating a policy store. That is an inbuilt feature of the OpenDJ, and you can only use OpenDJ only as a policy store with OpenAM.
Okay, so if we don't use OpenDJ as policy store, can we create a policies in OpenAM?
No, OpenAM doesn't have a storage.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Okay. So OpenAM gives you the single sign-on feature, so you can log in once on one website and you will be we access the other portals as well and applications without providing the credentials, right? Without providing the credentials as well, right? So here you can see key single sign-on. So once you log in on one website, you can access n number of the website if they are protected with the same SSO server, and you are allowed to access those applications based on the policies, right, guys? So do you have any other questions? So after it, I will go through the course contents of the different products. So you are looking for the which products in ForgeRock?
You can just talk about the two components which you were telling. One is must and the other one nice to have, you were telling, right? So can you just share the
Yeah, we are looking for OpenAM and Open IDM.
Open IDM. So you're looking for the Open IAM and IDM, right? So
Yeah.
let's go through the course contents of the Open IAM and Open IDM. So these are the course contents for the Open IAM ForgeRock Access Manager, that is on the 6.5 version. Okay, so duration is between 25 to 30 hours based on the number of people in the training and how the interactive session is there. So based on the queries they ask, so normally we complete this in the 25 hours every day. Okay, and these are the topics. So these topics are similar to the topics from the ForgeRock website as well. You can also look over the ForgeRock website as well. Okay, you can look over the ForgeRock website as well. Same topics you can find there as well. Okay, so here is first chapter is for the performing basic configuration, implementing default authentication, protecting a website, how you can protect a website, empowering users through self-service. So self-service is a feature here where you can just give the option for register the user and sign up the user. So that user on your website, when you protect some website through OpenAM, and it also gives you the option for registering. If the user is not exist on in the system, then he can click on the register button. So he can provide his details and verify himself with the help of the email communication through tokens, and then the user can register himself and log in to the website and access it. Okay, implementing intelligent authentication. So this is for the extending functionality of the authentication, retrieving user information, increasing authentication security. So this is for the intelligent authentication, like you can configure the adaptive authentication, that is called a risk-based authentication. Okay, and multi-factor authentication, OTP based authentication, push based authentication. Okay, controlling access. So based on that, here we can define the policies to the users, which user can access which pages. So, and for accessing which pages also needs the higher level of the authentication, that is OTP based authentication. Then extending services, we can integrate. So here we can cover the OAuth as well. What is OAuth and how it works? How can you integrate your applications with OAuth? Lesson 2 is integrating. We are not covering the mobile applications because we don't have that much infrastructure, but we can use the OpenID here to connect the what is OpenID, how it works, how you can enable your applications with OpenID. Sharing resources. So UMA is a user managed access, that is the new feature. Okay, that is for the user managed access. Implementing social authentication, how you can integrate your applications with Google authentication, Facebook authentication. So we are covering with the Google authentication. You can also integrate OpenAM with the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter and other social authentication providers and social website. For production, customizing end user page, how you can customize your pages, hardening AM security, administering an AM solution, installing and upgrading, how you can install the AM and how you can upgrade it, how you can set up the AM in a cluster as well. Okay, federating across entities using SAML v2. So we can also cover here SAML as well, right? So this is the course content of the ForgeRock Access Manager. This is for the ForgeRock IDM. So here we are covering the introducing IDM and exploring the FEC solution. Okay, installing IDM, developing and managing IDM as a project, performing basic IDM troubleshooting, configuring the default user registration process, configuring IDM user self-service, delegating administrative privileges, configuring social identity providers with IDM. Okay, you can also register the users through social ID providers. Okay, integrating IDM with the ForgeRock identity platform, using the REST interface to access IDM, connecting external resources through OpenICF connectors, basic synchronization with the different data sources like MySQL database or LDAP directory service. Okay, running selective synchronization, live syncs, jobs you can configure. Managing user preferences, configuring privacy and consent. Okay, management relationship between IDM object, different IDM object, deploying and starting different workflows. Okay, and if you have any or some different requirement as well, we can also cover that one as well if it is feasible.
Yeah, one question I have, say, how granular level will you go? So what is your when you are giving us training? So what is your way? How do you give the training? So will you show us some live examples, like
Yes,
in a typical
everything
say,
will be with the hands-on.
server? Yeah.
Around 30% of theory and 70% of the hands-on.
So do you have some lab exercises wherein you
Yes, yes.
ask
Labs as well.
people something and you validate it and all that?
Yes.
And also, do you give some sample projects? You will show us how to execute it and all that, or that is also happening in the training?
No, no, we are not giving the sample project. So all these topics needs to be covered, and you have to configure it manually with your hands-on on your own lab server. Right. So I will
Mm.
provide you the guide how you can configure it. So you have to configure it. First, I will show you. First, we will discuss the theory part about any topic. Then we will go to the hands-on. So first, I will show you how to configure this any topic. So after configuring it, then you have to configure. And you can also look over the lab guide as well. And if you are not able to do it, then I will help you to resolve your issues.
Okay. Now coming back to this, so for example, um, we have a lot of microservices, right? So we want to integrate with the ForgeRock security. So do we get a chance to see, like, say, take one simple client server application, maybe some sample application, and maybe from we can get plenty of sample websites, right? So which has a backend and front end kind of a stuff. So we try to do one end-to-end integration, that sort of thing, and that also helps to understand in a real life scenario whatever we have got the training and understood, where it is actually coming into play, right? So we might have heard about OpenIDM, OpenAM, and all that, and internal stuffs related to those components. But
Yes.
how exactly they are coming into play when you talk about a module? Because end of the day, what we have to do is we have to build in a security flow for a website, say for example, right? So for an order taking website, for just for an example. So
Okay.
take some sample project and try to integrate or we can say onboard that application onto the ForgeRock, and then make sure end-to-end security integration is happening. And when we are able to log in, and when we make certain API calls, it is passing through the ForgeRock, like OpenIG or whatever you have, right? So it passes through those modules, and then you are able to filter out certain calls, like you don't allow delete, you allow only like get or put or post. So those kind of things also will you cover while you're doing this training?
So, like these are the customized requirements. So normally what we are covering, so how you are going to protect your application. So there are the two ways for protecting your applications. So one is you can protect through, like, let's say your application is deployed on the any application container or on the Apache web server. Okay, so protect those applications or URLs, what you can do. So for those applications, you can directly deploy, integrate with the web agents. So ForgeRock provides the web agents for the well-known web servers and web application containers. Right. So you can protect with that. And for configuring whether the user is able to get or put or any resources on any URL. Right. So you can configure the policies for that. Okay, apart from it, if you have some of the applications with you don't have any web agent is available, okay, you just need to integrate with the help of the REST API. So then we will cover the example of the REST API.
Okay.
You can just
So
create a architecture
insight,
diagram what you need to do.
okay. So just to give you an insight, see, we have two different support base. One is like microservices, again a microservices architecture, but deployed onto our own data center. Okay, so that is one set of applications, and there is another set of applications which are all deployed onto cloud. Here it is Azure is what we use.
Okay.
So we have to build, we in fact are onboarding one by one the microservices, whatever we have, onto ForgeRock. And
Okay.
we support that, as well as if there are any new applications coming in, then we should be able to, onboard that new application onto the ForgeRock and also support and all that. So this is what even we are doing, and most often we are doing on the REST API based 90% of the case, but 10%, yeah, as you told, a little bit on the web services kind of a thing we can see, but most often it will be on the REST API calls.
Okay, no problem. I will show you.
Okay. Okay, guys, you have any questions, you can continue, but I have another meeting. I'm already 5 minutes late. Ask all your questions, and then maybe we can, regroup and see how to go ahead. Okay.
Okay, Sridhar.
Thank you, guys. And thank you, Praveen. Thanks a lot. I'll drop off. Hope to, catch up soon. Thank you.
Okay.
This OpenAIM course contains the customizations as well.
So in the ForgeRock, so they are not asking for any customization. They have a standard exam course content. You have to go through that.
If let's say, for example, if we opt for OpenAIM training from you, so in that course, whether the customizations are also included in the course contents or not?
No, currently they up to what I show you, that is a standard contents which we are providing. If you need any customization, you can add it, because customizations are depends upon the client. So different client need different customization or different topics. Okay, whatever the you need, you can add few topics.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, so are we going to have the training on IDM and access management? Okay. So from my side, I don't have any doubts as of now. Just we have a few things which has to be discussed about the course content and this one as well. I mean, certification perspective, like what kind of support they're going to provide us to write the certification. I think they have given the details. Praveen has given the details. Okay. I think I'm fine.
One question: proper lab in the sense, let's say, for example, I am the candidate who is taking the course. So that time you'll provide any kind of a lab environment for us, or we need to install those all softwares in our laptops itself and assume that
It depends
is the
upon
lab.
it depends upon you whether you need whether you need a lab from our side, or you can prepare your lab on your personal laptop as well. So if your laptop have a 8 GB of memory, so mostly now people have more than that. So, and if you are able to install the Linux machine in VirtualBox in your laptop, then you can use your own personal laptop lab as well. We will provide you the instructions how to set up. But if you are not able to do that, then we can also provide you the on cloud as well.
That cloud lab environment, will that free, or that is extra chargeable?
No, that is an extra charge based on it depends on the number of the participants. Okay, because we create the VMs on cloud based on the number of the participants, and it also depends upon the cost of the AWS as well.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so guys, this is the console for the ForgeRock. So here we have a realms concept in this. So this is the by default. Whenever you install the ForgeRock, you will get the top level realm. In the top level realm, we have a different. You log into the dashboard. So these are the wizards. With these wizards, you can configure the some of the configurations directly. So wizards helps you because they configure it on behalf of you some of the settings. And these are the on the left hand side, these are the tabs from where you can configure it. Different other topic configuration options, like here you can configure the agents here, whether you have a Java agent or web agent or remote consent service or federation or auth, right? For authentication, so here how you can, what is your authentication flow, how you can create your chain, what are modules, what are chains, what are trees, what are webhooks, and what are the settings. So you can configure it all here. Okay, identities you can configure it. Here are your user identities which are fetched from the, whether you configure Active Directory or LDAP server or OpenDJ server. Okay, identity stores. So from here you can change. If you have Active Directory, you can select add identity and select a type of LDAP server. So if you have Active Directory, you can select it here, give the name here. Okay, so you can give the name here, and here you need to give the connection details about the LDAP server. So when you give, if it is present and this server is able to connect it, it will show the identities here for that server as well. Okay, after it, here in authorization, so here you can configure the policies. Okay, so these are the different policies are there, so you can create the policies. In the policies here, these are the URLs which you are going to protect, and these are the actions, whether get is allowed, post is allowed, put is allowed, fetch is allowed. So it's given here, right guys? And here are the subjects which you need to give, which users are allowed or denied for this policy. And you can also add different environment conditions and different response attributes as well, which you can send from OpenIAM to the application, right? And you can also add few scripts as well, but for that you can add two kinds of a script, Groovy and JavaScript here, right? Secret stores, you can also add secret stores for your other different applications. These are the services, different kind of a services you added here. And if you go to the user here, okay, and you can also go through the API Explorer. The API is exposed by the OpenAI. So these are the different APIs exposed by the OpenAI, right? So we'll discuss it in more detail when we go through the training, right guys?
Okay. I have one more scenario, is it possible to migrate from OpenAM 13 to AM 6.5?
Yes, but for that, yes, you can able to migrate, but for that you need to check the path how to migrate. I think first you need to go through AM5 and then go through the AM6. You have to go through the upgrade document, because I think few years back I upgrade OpenAM 12 to the latest version. At that time also 6 is there.
So without intermediate upgrade, we cannot upgrade from 13 to 6.5,
No,
right?
I cannot say whether it is direct is there. You have to, because I did it long time back, around 2 years back. So we have to go through the upgrade document. So if you go through the upgrade installation document, so you can search on the Okay, upgrade guide you can look over here. So it gives you the upgradation path. So here up to 13 you can directly upgrade support is there. And here you can see A. The Amstack tool was removed in the 6.5 and later release. So there you can upgrade. There is no issue.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Pran. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.